He is not only an excellent person with great character, but he is an incredible fighter. And it is Strikeforce middleweight, always contending for the title fighter, Tim Kennedy. Tim,
welcome to the show, Tim.
Thanks for having me on.
Right on.
Tim, so we have a lot of good questions to ask you. A lot of fans had some stuff to ask. And first and foremost, right off the bat, before we even get into the whole fight coming up, the tournament, and everything, I know a lot about your early story, and I want to know where Ranger Up came from.
Ranger Up actually existed a year before I met him. They had they made T-shirts, a couple of special forces and Ranger guys that got together to make what they thought to be really funny T-shirts, even though half of them were pretty stupid at the time. And they were doing a fundraiser for Wounded Warrior, and they needed a model to come out. So I come out, taking some really dumb pictures, a couple of them at Harley with machine guns and hot girls on top of me. And this whole time, there's these two dudes that are in the back of this, pretty professional photo shoot. They were just, cracking jokes and pretty overtly making fun of me. I was like, do these dudes know who I am? I might just kill them, Special Forces Green Beret, professional MMA fighter. Oh, maybe not want to piss me off. Then I was like, well, but they're kind of funny. And, the more I listened to them, the more they made fun of me. I was like, you guys are absolutely awesome. And they were the two owners of Ranger Up. So that was the beginning of our relationship. They originally sponsored me for my, first 5-6 fights, with the International Fight League, and then early with Strikeforce, and then I just loved the company and hopped on board.
Nice. You were mentioning that you're a Green Beret, you're a professional MMA fighter, and your bio, if you want to believe it on Wikipedia or not, I see that you won the Army's basically combat tournament 3 years in a row at light heavyweight. Is there truth to that?
There's a truth to that.
So this is basically the baddest man in the Army at what's essentially the 205 that we know it for 3 years in a row.
That's correct.
That's a very impressive thing. And,
wow.
Tim's also won, it's the Bronze Star, right? Is that what you were given?
Yeah, that's what I was given.
Yeah, so there's more to, than just being a professional fighter here. So onto the fighting and, just technique as being a student of the game. Is there a technique that you love? Is there something you love training? What's your favorite aspect of the training?
I like the hard work, and feeling beaten up. Right now, both my elbows hurt. We were doing a lot of cage stuff, takedowns off the cage, takedown defense. So, when you get that body lock or a double leg, and, people use the actual fence to rip your arms off of them. So, my arms hurt right now. That was last night. And then tonight, we were doing some hard sparring. And, both of my shins are pretty beat up. And I like that feeling. I'm like, God, I really hurt right now. I'm calorie deficient, so my body's not recovering like it should or like I want it to. And, it's a good feeling. It's like, at the end of the day, a contractor goes out and builds a house. Like, oh, look what I did today. And I look at my body, I'm like, God, I'm covered black and blue. My face is swollen. I look like, I have syphilis. I guess I had a great day.
That was work, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
It's nice that you get to do that. Not everyone loves getting punched in the face all that often at work. But let's move on to your upcoming fight. You've had your opponent change twice. How has that affected your training, your game planning, your mentality going forward?
Well, Shogun said it really, I think perfectly when he steps in the cage and like, hey, John Jones, you fight Shogun? Shogun's like, I'm a professional fighter. That's what I do. So that is what I do. I've been training nonstop, looking for opponents, trying to find opponents, begging and pleading for somebody to fight me. And so I'm not going to turn. anybody away. And Melvin Manhoef is one heck of a fighter. I'm excited to be able to hop on the cage with him.
And obviously Melvin's known for his striking. Should we be expecting to see some of your wrestling and jiu-jitsu, or could we be seeing somebody go to sleep really quickly?
I think you would be seeing somebody go to sleep really quickly. I'm not one that's going to tailor, a game plan to somebody's weaknesses. I've always wanted to go out there and fight, where I think I can perform the best at. And I think I can knock Melvin out. I know fans like to see big slams, big knockouts, so I think this fight could be all over the place.
Wow. Hey Tim, this is Ryan Ventura. I was curious to know, to prepare for Melvin Manhoef's K1 caliber striking, do you have anyone in your camp that is helping you defend against his power and speed? Like that would help me, like a boxing coach or kickboxing coach?
Yeah. Well, I started to go with Jason Webster. He's one amazing Muay Thai guy. But I just came from Greg Jackson. And while I was there, John Jones was getting ready for Bader. It was before Rashad hurt his knee. Our lawsuit was getting ready for his fight. So and he started even had to fight on March 4th. So he was training really hard. Julio Senor was in there. So there were a whole bunch of really high caliber strikers that were really pushing the pace and pushing each other, getting ready for their respective fights. And, I was just right in the mix of it.
That's good.
Tim, being a part of Strikeforce and obviously with the big tournament going on, are you leaning any way? Is there a certain guy you're looking towards?
Say it again?
Being a part of Strikeforce with this big tournament coming up, do you have a favorite in the tournament? Do you have any feelings about the first round fights?
Oh, for the heavyweight tournament.
Yes, sir.
Oh, does he know something that I don't know? What tournament are we talking about here?
We've actually entered you in a one-night Grand Prix.
Yeah, old school.
Openweight.
Yeah. I actually love those. I miss those. It's hard to get an athletic commission to sign off on them, but I love those. I'm so torn. I love all those guys. Like, I'm an MMA fan too. I love being a fighter, but I'm a fan. And, some of my favorite fighters are on this tournament. I love Arlovsky. I'm really wanting to, he's one of my friends, he's a manager. And, so I'm really wanting to see him, see his career bloom again. Because, there's so much potential there. And he is just so talented. Ventura has always been one of my favorite fighters. So I love seeing that guy get out there. I have a thing against Brazilians right now, so I'd like to see Purdue lose, but I want to see it at the end of Ventura, my man. So, just excited. It's going to be a great fight.
Yes.
All right. Tim, I know you're getting close to fight time, and I know you got to go train tomorrow. So we're going to let you jet, and we definitely appreciate you coming on, giving us a couple minutes, and we'll be pulling for you big against Melvin.
I appreciate it, and definitely put your money on me. It's going to be an awesome fight, and I'm going to be bringing it.
All right, Tim. Yeah.
Tim, for your fans, is there anywhere they can check you out?
I have a fan page on Facebook, Tim Kennedy MMA on Twitter, my website, timkennedymma.com. Go to Showtime, watch me knock fools out. That's what I do.
Tim Kennedy, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks, Tim.
Thank you,
All
Tim.
right, thanks, guys. Have a great night.
You too.
You too.